against Dodge Magnum. A little bit of work on it, up to 600 horsepower. Running side by side with Hornaday, and Hornaday at 16 pulls away. Boy, back on the inside, here comes Setzer. Live from the Milwaukee Mile, their first appearance, the NASCAR Super Trucks. And they are giving a capacity house here today some kind of Independence Weekend celebration.
I believe Setzer, yes he does. He has it now, but he goes high, and here comes Hornaday back on the inside. Hornaday had to back off. Good move there.
Great job by the number 16 truck backing off and letting the 30 truck go. You know, I think the only nemesis that truck in front right there has is that I don't think he's got as much horsepower as the rest of those trucks do. He really drove in that corner hard, slid up, and then Ron Hornaday kept from getting into it.
Yep, he could wreck both of them there. But heads-up driving by Ron Hornaday to keep from perhaps spinning both of them out. Now Setzer sets his sights on Mike Skinner, and Skinner had pulled away by about 10 truck leads there while the 30 and 16 car trucks were running side by side, but now Setzer is mowing him down.
This is a great truck race. They're both running the same groove right there as you see them. The three truck gets a little bit lower than the 30 truck, but this is a great race right here. He's trying to run the leader down and make another lead change out of it.
Here's Rick Corelli back to fourth.
Yeah, Corelli has passed the 31 truck, and now Joe Ruttman on the inside of Jack Sprague. So Sprague's truck took off there for a few laps. But now that those tires are heating up, Kenny wondered if he might be pushing a little bit with that bigger sway bar.
You're right, Ned. Joe Ruttman and Jack Sprague both made changes. It looked like Jack's was the best change, but 10 laps later, now it looks like Joe Ruttman, that red truck exiting turn 4 right now, has made the better change for the long run. Joe Ruttman, this truck right here, won in Bristol last week. He's really on a high right now. He hasn't won in a long time. He's a great race car driver. This is Ernie Irvin's truck that Joe Ruttman's driving. Now you're watching the screen of Dennis Setzer on your right and Mike Skinner on your left.
75 of 125 laps complete. P.J. Jones pushing number 1 up into 7th position. We'll get back to him in a moment. Here's the slugfest up in the point position. For the lead, Skinner has it. Setzer trying to take it away. It's Chevrolet in front, Dodge in second at turn 1.
Setzer has not led this race. He has never led a truck race because he has never run in one before today.
Ned, you know what's interesting? That 30 truck has been dominant the last 2 weeks. Jimmy Hensley drove it last week and was going to win the race and had motor problems. Now Dennis Setzer's in it. It doesn't seem like it matters what driver is getting in that 30 truck. They're running up front.
Yeah, it's a great truck.
Greer Lackey, the owner down there in the North Carolinas.
Taylorsville, North Carolina.
Alexander County. What a job he has done. Has a little dealership. And he's put together a super truck here in number 30. Here's Mike Joy.
And we're not the only folks that notice it's Dennis Setzer's first day in that truck. Will Lind is the team manager for Mike Skinner, and he told Skinner on the radio, don't forget, we're not racing this guy for points. Just keep him behind you and don't so much worry about him. Take it easy, and save your tires. That's what they are now telling Mike Skinner, and maybe he did just that with Setzer getting past for the lead.
Well, you may be seeing history in the making. We've got a Dodge going into first place.
Greer Lackey, who owns that truck, has a company called Taylor Togs in Taylorsville, North Carolina. A small clothing company.
Ned and Ken, you know what's going to be interesting? Let's look at our statistics later on down here. When was the last time a Chrysler won a NASCAR race?
Wow.
Hornaday on the inside of Skinner for second spot as Setzer begins to draw away.
And Hornaday sees him, and he wants to make a pass for second.
Moving up, Rick Corelli back there in fourth. Joe Ruttman has almost a quarter of a track back to his position as he runs in fifth. Here's Dick Berggren.
Not only do the drivers in this series come from a wide variety of backgrounds, the crew chiefs do too. This is Freddie Graves. He is Dennis Setzer's crew chief. He is out of super modified racing where they don't have radios. Watch his mouth. It's not moving. He hasn't told Setzer a thing all afternoon. Setzer is setting his own pace, running his own race. The pit right next door is Mike Skinner's, and they're talking to him about every lap, telling him how to run his show.
There's Setzer for the lead.
Dick Bergen, you just wonder what Dennis Setzer knows, because he's on the pole already for tomorrow's race. Now he's dominating this race right now as he's drawn away from the truck of Ron Hornaday.
Used to see him run those sportsman races at Charlotte. He'd never win there. He won at Pocono, won up at Loudon in one of those super speedway sportsman events. But he always knew that guy just had it. So intense, so focused, a bit like Craven. And right now leading. Back to Milwaukee after this message and a word from your local station.
They're the young guns of racing. And on their Sunday afternoon showdown, these next generation superstars start with the next generation die-hard battery. The longest lasting die-hard ever. The same die-hard you can buy at Sears. Don't trust your Sunday drives to anything less.
When you absolutely, positively need a great golf package, CBS delivers the FedEx St. Jude Classic. Make it a priority today.
Why did Americans who fought in Vietnam go back? To offer them a deal. If you help us find our missing, we'll help you find yours. 60 Minutes, Sunday.
The Late Show with David Letterman. Always refreshing.
This is CBS.
For Robin. For Andrew and Garrett. And for Sam. For heart-to-heart talks. For peace of mind. Or wherever life takes you. There are lots of reasons to choose the Health Source Health Plan. Yours is the one that counts.
When a traffic jam was 2 cars in the same town, Mobil Oil was there. When Lindbergh crossed the Atlantic, Mobil was on board. Mobil was in the world's first minivans, in the first space shuttle, and in the tanks of Desert Storm. We've been helping engines last for a long time. Mobil, changing oil for over 125 years.
A new sports arena at NC State. Who pays and who benefits?
Sunday on 30 Minutes.
The Milwaukee Mile, built in 1876. Been home to many forms of racing. Originally, a track for horses. In 1903, it hosted its first car race, and over the years, more national championships have been run here than anywhere else. The oldest major track in the U.S. even hosted the 1939 NFL championship game. The Packers beat the New York Giants 27-zip. And somewhere in the infield, they say there is an elephant left from old circus days buried in there. Well, these behemoths today are putting on, they're the biggest things in NASCAR. Let me tell you, what, 3,400 pounds? There's the 29 that's had a lot of trouble. That Winnebago rig of Bob Keselowski got torn up on that very first lap coming down to the start.
And he has now taken it behind the pit wall and out of the race, apparently. And might also say that Kerry Teague has taken his truck out of the race. So that's going to leave us with about 26 of them out there running.
That's one of the 4 Dodge cars that was trucks that started today's
It's
race.
okay.
Hey, tomorrow on the CBS Sports Show, it's a battle of the heavyweights. When the former WBC World Heavyweight Champion Lennox Lewis of Great Britain takes on Justin Fortune in a 10-round go. Plus, women's pro beach volleyball live from Newport, Rhode Island. That's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern here on CBS. Here's Mike.
Ken, before we went to break, Kenny Wallace asked, what does Dennis Setzer know? He knows that tomorrow he starts this car on the pole, and then this whole rig, all these guys, this whole team is out of a job. Dan Welch is going to close down his Grand National team. So Setzer is here for the audition. All the Winston Cuppers are watching. Their race in Daytona is already over today. All the Busch teams are here. He's looking for a new job. Dick Berggren.
Well, Mike, the points leader, Butch Miller, was just in here, and they put the wrenches on his truck to try to adjust it. They're still trying to get that thing right. It's not quite right. Well, at least it hasn't been, and they hope it's righter now.
20th for Butch Miller. 5 third-place finishes, and they sure missed the setup today.
I hate that for Butch. You know, I was going to run the race today in Daytona. We had problems and missed it, and I picked Butch Miller to qualify my race car for tomorrow's race, but Butch is having a tough time out there today.
Race summary, folks. There's Butch Miller in 20th position with that Ray Bestis machine. Let's take a look at the race summary after 86 laps, 86 miles. Lead changes now 5. The latest has put Dennis Setzer and a Dodge into the lead, averaging 68 miles an hour on this mile track. Cautions, 4 of them for 11 laps. One to go and they come by. That means that we will go back under green at 87.
Once again, for anybody just joining, doesn't know much about racing, as you see these trucks wiggling back and forth, no, they're not crazy. They're taking and trying to get some heat put in those tires, so when they do go fast, they stick. As everybody knows, sometimes if your tires are cold, you'll get the sliding, Ned.
Plus the fact going around here under caution, they might pick up with the rubber being hot on the tires, and they'll pick up rubber that's come off of that they've worn off, and then it makes it very rough. And so this can knock that off as well.
Exactly.
Drafting plays a crucial role in racing. Does it have an effect with the trucks?
I guarantee here at the Milwaukee Mile we'll be able to draft down the straightaways, and you'll see probably a lot of 2 abreast and everybody running down.
Well, most of the racetracks we've been on have been so short that it really hasn't made a lot of difference. Phoenix, I noticed that when we'd get right up on the back of some of them, it would loosen them up. And our truck stayed real stable, so I hope we have the same results here.
I imagine, you know, I have no drafting experience, so I couldn't even tell you what it feels like.
And of course, Toby had trouble early. He was in that first lap crunch when we got underway.
He is back out there. He's being shown in 28th position right now, 37 laps down.
Green is out. Back in the 4th caution. And as we ramble into turn number 1.
Ooh, 3 abreast in some places.
There's that 21.
You know, Dennis Setzer, he had said he had problems in early going, and he was right. Look what happens on a restart with cold tires. Ooh, the 16 truck gets sideways, and Setzer holds him off.
He got a piece of the Setzer rig.
The big story's on the outside right there. P.J. Jones running 2nd.
Whoa!
Wow.
He was back there in 7th. Now there is a Charger 3 wide as they come down the main straightaway.
Now somebody will have to back off before they get to that turn. Let's see who it'll be.
I don't think it'll be P.J.
And it wasn't Skinner, so it was Ron Hornaday. Smart move by Hornaday backing off. He was in the middle. That wasn't a good place to be.
Well, that was a Jones move for sure on the outside. 63 Indy winner. Parnelli, his kid, P.J., right there for 2nd now and closing.
He has come out of nowhere. This is unbelievable. Running in the back of the race, got up to 6, and now he's fighting it out with Mike Skinner for 2nd.
He is driving like a man with a mission, and I'm sure he has one. Started in 10th position here today.
Back in 1964, you could have come to this legendary oval, the Milwaukee Mile, and watched P.J. Jones' dad, Parnelli, win out here in an IndyCar race against Voigt, all those great names of those days.
You know, I'd like to say hi to Paige Jones, who's recovering from a terrible midget or sprint accident. And P.J. is out here doing a great job for him. So for all the P.J. Jones family, we just want to say hi to Paige.
Paige is doing real well, P.J. told us yesterday. Let's go down to Dick Berggren.
Dennis Setzer is having problems on the restart, Ken, because he's not used to the shifter at all. Yesterday was the first time he had ever been in a truck. He didn't get an awful lot of time in it, and this particular shifter has got a long throw to it. So the team is hoping this thing goes green to checkered. They don't want to see any more restarts.
You wouldn't have known it from that start. Hornaday caught him for just a moment, and he was gone as he came out of that second corner, and I would presume made his final shift. What is the shifting procedure here when you come down for a start?
Well, when you're starting these races in any stock car truck, you're starting in second gear. And what Dick alluded to there was saying long throw. What that meant is going from second to third gear, he's got to move the shifter a long way. So we got a spin coming off of turn 2. John Nemechek, he keeps on going. It's not on your screen, but he has kept going and slowed everybody up in the back.
Caution is out. Caution down. So we'll take another caution period, which I believe brings us to 5. This comes at lap 92 of 125 to be run here today.
These are all the trucks that were trying to miss the truck all the way to your right. The Burger King truck with John Nemechek literally did a 360 coming off of 2. All these guys are trying to catch back up because everybody slowed up to miss the wreck.
And this is just what Dennis Setzer did not want. He wanted, as Dick Bergman pointed out, he wanted to go green the rest of the way, but he didn't get it.
A lot of great racing coming up in the Super Truck Series. Next will be that Colorado National Track. And when this group comes to town, this is some kind of circus. They have 14 champions from various races, from the Silver Crown Series, from ARCA, from the World of Outlaws, Winston West, name it, ASA, they're all here.
When cars raced at an awesome 5 miles per hour, Mobil Oil was there. When a race car broke 100, Mobil was in it. Mobil was in the winner of the first race across America. And just last year, Mobil 1 had the most first, second, and third place wins on the Indy circuit. We've been helping engines last for a long time. Mobil, changing oil for over 125 years.
In these mountains, you need a tough truck.
Dave Ashley, search and rescue volunteer.
Trails, I tend to make my own. It's one torture test after another. But the people I'm looking for depend on someone to find them. Well, I depend on something too. My Ford F-Series. How do you learn a job like this? Let's just say I drive something tougher than a golf cart on the weekends.
Ford F-Series. The best-selling trucks are built Ford Tough.
All of us get busy with what we do every week. However, there's nothing more important than spending time with your family. Good night, air. Good night, noise everywhere. Take a moment and do something special with your family. You should never be too busy.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Daddy.
This message brought to you by NASCAR. The teams, the tracks, the drivers.
We're all in search of answers. See us for the ones about cars.
In a sport where nerves are made of steel, the tools are made by Craftsman. The official tools of NASCAR, NHRA, and IndyCar Racing, only at Sears.
We're back at the Milwaukee Mile. We've got a change of leadership. Torrance, California's P.J. Jones has pushed number 1 up in front into second. Hornaday, Setzer falls to third. Here they come to complete the first lap under green after the 5th caution of the day. For debris out of turn 2, the reason for that. And we have completed 95 laps at the Milwaukee Mile, and Hornaday goes back in front.
Boy, PJ got he and Hornaday both got great restarts. Here's PJ going back for the lead. They got great restarts and just blew by Dennis Setzer. And we got some trouble.
Glanville in the 83.
That's Steve Portingay.
Portingay in the 83.
So caution will fly again.
They're racing back
Number
to this
6.
yellow right now. Cautiously, though.
Hornaday comes across the line just in front of P.J. Jones.
That Sears diehard truck of P.J. Jones has got, I believe, a drag drag motor in. I tell you what, when they drop that green flag on the restarts, and that kid, he just flies to the front.
He takes off.
Looking for that first win, P.J. Jones in truck racing. Boy, he sure won a lot of other series, but he finished second at Tucson earlier this year out there in Arizona.
You know something that's playing out here that we talked about, and the race has gone on, and we kind of forgot about. We said at the outset that I bet whoever's dominating this race early will come in towards the end because it's a long race. You can't change tires. It's kind of what's happening right now. You're seeing somebody leading that wasn't in the lead or wasn't even in the top 5 for quite a while.
I think we've got a replay here, show you what happened.
Well, the truck has already spun up into the high groove. Steve Fortingay in the number 83. And he's back out going again now, but I don't know how much damage he has to the other side.
The old coffee critic truck.
I think we're about a lap or 2 away here. A little bit of work finishing up over there in the backside. P.J. Jones, when he finished that second place out there at Tucson, as we watched Butch Miller come in, and incidentally, we saw Johnny Benson a few moments ago come in. He's back on the tail end of the lead lap and to work his way back up through the field.
And Scott Legacy also made a pit stop on the other caution, and it just made one. He's in the pits right now. Some front end damage, it looked like, on Butch Miller's truck.
P.J. Jones made up 3 laps, Ned, at Tucson when he got that second place finish. He just came out and fired him up on those restarts and made up time and got himself back up for a runner-up spot today, going for the win.
You know, as good as PJ has been on those restarts, he's been starting third, and he took the lead on a restart. He really ought to pull away here. You think 2 or 3 car lengths. We'll have to see what happens. They're lining up double file.
Here's Mike Joy.
Leon Ruther is PJ's crew chief. They made some small changes at halftime, but what has he got on those restarts?
Well, we got a good spotter. You got to watching it real close. He said the other guys are sleeping a little bit.
Didn't want to see that caution flag, did you?
Did not. Did not.
Okay, we're about to get back to it.
The machine of Scoop Vessels, the off-road legend, number 1, getting ready to come back out another time as P.J. Jones brings them down, leading at Milwaukee on the mile.
That's Ron Hornaday was ready for it.
Yeah, he was ready. That was a great start. Matter of fact, he was getting ready to pass PJ on the inside. PJ pulled to the left to block him. And now, ooh, he's pushing the 83 car of Mr. Fortigay.
And Dennis Setzer right there on Hornaday's back bumper.
Oh, we've got an accident here.
Yeah, he got into that 83 and took him out of there. And everybody...
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
No caution yet. They're going to see if he can get going.
They got it cranked.
So
and there's no caution out.
Man, what a great job of driving by both of those guys and not really cause a major wreck.
And by everybody behind them.
That cost Hornaday 2 positions as both Dennis Setzer and Mike Skinner got by.
25 to go and they come by this time. Down to the last 25 miles.
I tell you what, this is unbelievable. The Sears Die-Hard truck of P.J. Jones was not even in this race 10 laps ago. He has come out of nowhere, and I mean, he is flying.
Take a look at Ron Hornaday's view of that incident up there in turns 3 and 4, folks.
You see the coffee critic truck on his outside. What happens? The 83 holds him down. Hornaday's getting loose and gets up into him.
Just enough to spin him around.
What happens, you go into these corners side by side, you got to give that guy room on the inside. You can't hold him down because that'll allow him, he'll just slide up and hit you a little bit. He's recovering, he's back out on the track there.
Now Dennis Setzer has caught PJ. PJ goes high, that'll open the door for Setzer to try to drive under him.
And Skinner's coming with him in number 3.
Well, Skinner didn't get quite as good a bite off that turn as Setzer did. So he goes into 3 side by side.
They've sure got the right gears on that number 30.
You see how the one truck of PJ gives him room, enters a little bit high? That way they can both go through the corner. You have to do that. You got to use that etiquette or else you won't make it to the finish line.
Boy, that 30 Dodge has been getting a good bite off the turns. Good traction, good setup under that car.
Dennis Setzer puts Dodge in front. Here comes Skinner down to the inside. He takes a shot at PJ.
Whatever PJ has had happen here, it's causing his truck to go high. Either it's pushing or it's loose going into the corners. You notice the Die Hard truck is sliding up and making more room. Here comes Hornaday underneath of him.
Back to third, P.J. Jones up in front. Setzer in second. The number 3 of Skinner. All 4 in a bundle. 103, working 104. Hornaday another time to the inside.
P.J. slides up high again, opens the door for Hornaday.
Just behind them, Corelli is 5th. Billy Sedgwick up to 6th. Joe Ruttman is 7th. Bobby Strait is 8th. Mike Bliss is 9th. Resendez into 10th.
11th now is...
I think that's 43.
Yeah, Rodney Combs. We haven't seen much of him today.
And Benson, Johnny Benson from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm going to call him from Wisconsin anymore. Johnny Benson from Grand Rapids is up to 12th. Remember, he was 19th. He gets himself back into this thing. There you see the 43, the blue car, truck of Combs.
It's one of the Richard Petty Association. He has an association with the truck.
This truck 43 right here is driven by Rodney Combs. Rodney has got an association with Richard Petty, like Ned said. They got a driving school, don't they, Ned, in Charlotte?
Charlotte Motor Speedway, right. Richard Petty driving experience.
And I bet to experience.
Yeah.
Just in front of Rodney was Sprague in the 31 in 12. Sprague made that great run earlier in the show. Up in front for the moment, Dennis Setzer has put a Chrysler. That Dodge looking tough as it pulls to a 5-car length advantage.
Bob Breback's truck being pushed backwards into the garage area.
Corelli running 5th, front 5, all within striking distance.
I'm a t-shirt and jeans guy. Never spent a lot on clothes. I mean.